Yeah, it's early access, but if it's going to be coming out in like what 2 years, then pretty soon.
Game's not coming out until 2025. That's its scheduled release date.
Oh, 10, 20. See, I thought it was like 2 years.
Mm-hmm. So there's still 6 more years of this game development,
Yeah.
which, they've gone. I think this game launched in 2011 or 2013. Let me look. I don't remember. Actually, this game did not launch that.
But the fourth star says, okay, then a rating of 1 to 200 rating system, where 1 is horrible and 200 is out of this world for Star Citizen in 2025. So what would you think that rating would be? Because so we're being hypothetical here. We're saying that it's launched and given its state now.
Everything's in the game.
Everything's in the game.
No bugs. I would definitely give it. If I could give it as many stars as I could, if it, from what I see, what the roadmaps are saying, I would definitely rate this game top number 1, like the best game of the year. That's what I would rate it.
Yeah. And and like I've said before, to be truthful about this, is that a lot of the development that they've done with this game, and also they started out with the Cry engine, and then with the Cry engine they basically developed that whole Cry engine to the point of where it was a completely different gaming system, and then they actually sold it back. They bought it and then they kind of sold it back because they realized that they had developed this gaming engine into something that was, and so this they're actually really pushing the whole gaming industry forward, I think, with this game, and what they're doing. I mean, what you see come out here first. What I've noticed is what you see come out here first is then what you see implemented in other games. So they're pushing the whole gaming industry, forward. What was it, like New Horizons and stuff like that? Some of the stuff that they've come out with in that game, I have also seen like here first. But yeah, so when it does come out, it'll be an awesome game, but it will not be like any game that you see out right now. It'll be a completely different monster.
Yeah, it'll be the first game ever developed in a way like this, because they are going to, and this is already in testing phase. So basically the servers are ran off of one server. And they're branched off to 50 slots.
Oh, wow.
Their goal and what they're testing in is everyone who owns the game will be thrown into one server. So you'll have thousands to millions of people in the game, depending on if they're actually playing the game that much. I don't think that you're ever going to see 1 million people in one server. But everything's going to go off of a client feed. And it's going to ping off the server, which is going to cause better issues when it comes to latency and all that stuff. So you won't really have a whole lot of lag issues. But all the servers right now will be combined into one, and everybody will join one server. So you'll have thousands of people in a universe. That's how big this game's going to be. And right now there's only 50 people in the servers because their servers are, they're split off from one server. So you were on one server right now, but branched into a different session.
So they call it shards.
So that's shards, exactly.
Right.
So they're doing that, but that's going to change here in the near future. They're going to make it all one. But let me put it this way. So this is why I have faith in this game, is because when I first played this game, there was nothing in the game. You have like 3 or 4 ships that you can fly. Roar wasn't even one of them. It was, I don't remember what ship. There was no missions. There was no NPCs. There was only PvP.
There was
one spaceport.
That was back in 2015, right?
2011.
2011.
Because that's when the game launched.
Okay.
Yes, 2011. I looked that up. That's when it was launched. I don't know if it was exact year, but it was when I first started playing this game, which was when it first released. I don't remember how long ago that was. But I played it for a few hours, did not like it. I hated the game. I came back in 3.3, tons of stuff added, missions, cargoes, maps, or not maps, worlds and stuff that you can fly to. And in this update, there's so much to do. But like I said, in this update, a lot of stuff is very buggy and broke. You encounter so many bugs, but this game has a lot of potential, and that's why I still play this game and why I spend money on it.
Right.
So it's a great game. It's just you got to be able to put up with game-breaking bugs,
Right.
like games crashing, ships exploding, you falling through the map, which happened to me the other day.
Falling through the earth.
I fell through a planet. It was pretty crazy.
Yeah.
Falling dead, helmet bugs when you suffocate yourself to death, even if you have a helmet on.
Yes.
HUDs breaking, they freezing. Then all the terminals turn off. Ship bugs. Dying. There's tons of stuff. But you just got to be able to put up with all that stuff, and you'd be fine in this game.
So, would you? We're people are watching, and so I'm starting to get questions. So I guess both of us might be able to answer this. D4th is asking, would we recommend a keyboard, mouse, or a flight stick and throttle? Here's my personal opinion.
Yeah, I'll let you go first. Sorry.
That's okay. So my personal opinion is a lot of that depends on preference. If you are a person who is used to having more of a console, and I would think if you're used to having more of a console type playing style, I would say that maybe a flight stick and a throttle would be good for you. If you like a mouse and a keyboard, but then again you got to remember you're going to have to memorize all those keys. But I know that controlling the ship is completely different. Plus, when you're flying a ship with a flight stick and a throttle, aiming it and firing is completely different because do you have gimbals or you don't have gimbals? And sometimes gimbals with because I've heard other people complain that the gimbals don't work right with a stick and throttle. So I'm done. Go ahead, Apex.
So, want my preference on, hold on. I think my preference. I prefer keyboard and mouse on this game more than anything, mainly because of this reason. Joysticks was just introduced into this game. So my guess when it comes to joysticks, I have people who own joysticks, but they prefer to use their keyboard and mouse in this game, mainly because of the way the flight model. There's a lot of keys and a lot of stuff. So even with the joystick, you still be reaching on your keyboard to press keys and stuff. You can't map everything onto a joystick.
That's true.
Joystick's only good for firing and maneuverability. But with the mouse, it's the same thing because the way the flight model is, even with the joystick and the mouse, you're still moving in the same way. It's just a little bit different handle. But the ship performs the same way. With the mouse, people with mouse cannot tell between the difference between joystick users because the mouse will be the same as the joystick because, like I said, the way the ship's handled. So my preference when it comes to this game, I'm staying away from joysticks because one, saves me money. Two, why did that guy invite me? Mouse and keyboard is just better, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Now, if you're playing a game like Arma, joystick all the way, but this game, nah.
Well, here's the thing too. Yeah, the joystick is going to be very expensive, and I think that's another thing. There's from what I've seen, is that they're supposed to come out with a very special Star Citizen throttle and stick, but it's going to have all these extra, configuration and everything. But you're going to really pay for that.
Yeah. I wouldn't recommend using a joystick in this game. I mean, you can. I mean, like I said, it's the same thing, but you keyboard you get better control than you do with the joystick.